America, Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the Battle of Lundy's Lane. On the afternoon of July 25th, the British Army under General Gordon Drummond came face to face with General Jacob Brown's American Army at Lundy's Lane, a small offshoot of the main road along the west bank of the Niagara River. 2,000 British soldiers were positioned along the road, with an artillery battery in the center, and another 800 men were on the way from Fort George. Undaunted by the strong British position, General Winfield Scott deployed his 1,200-man brigade and, led by Major Thomas Jessup's battalion, attacked the British left. For the next 2 hours, Scott's brigade repeatedly assaulted the enemy guns until darkness and sheer exhaustion caused a brief lull in the action. With half his brigade casualties, including Scott and most of his officers, and low on ammunition, Scott sent word to General Brown to bring up the rest of the army. And soon, both Ripley's and Porter's brigades arrived on the run in the fading summer light. The focal point of the fight became the British artillery battery in the center of the line. And for the next several hours, a general melee ensued. General Ripley, who assumed command due to wounds suffered by both Generals Brown and Scott, ordered Colonel James Miller of the 21st Regiment to capture the guns. Miller's reply was simple: "I will try, sir." And that humble phrase and the story behind it was taught to American schoolboys for the next 5 decades as an example of modest courage. Miller led his men in the darkness to within a few yards of the British battery before taking it with a bayonet charge. But the Brits were not finished, and General Drummond ordered his men to retake the position. For the next 2 hours, the British launched 3 separate assaults, all of which the Americans repulsed, but they paid a heavy price for their gallant stand. Recognizing the futility of further fighting, Brown ordered Miller to retire from the field, and the British regained their guns and secured their lines. The heroism and determination of the Americans impressed even their British adversaries, with one British officer later writing that they never saw such determined charges as were made by the Americans. Both sides suffered severely in the Battle of Lundy's Lane, with the British incurring nearly 900 casualties and the Americans about the same, including both General Brown and General Scott. With Drummond in a strong position and supported by artillery, Ripley led the army back to the unfinished bastions of Fort Erie, arriving there on July 26th, and began preparing for the next attack by the British. Next week, we'll discuss the Americans retreating back across the Niagara. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.